At exactly 1 p.m. on a Wednesday in Manhattan, two elite NYPD officers were climbing 4 ladders inside a skyscraper's spire, racing against wind, height, and time to reach 2 masked strangers who had no business being there at all. This story starts with a marriage proposal at the top of one of the most famous buildings on Earth, and it ends with felony charges, a Netflix connection, and a security breach that has an entire city asking one question: how did they even get up there? Stick around, because this one gets stranger the deeper you go. Good evening and welcome to the Madison Brief. I'm Madison, and here we go beyond the headlines to separate fact from speculation, context from controversy, and breaking news from political noise. On the 1st of July, in the middle of the afternoon, a man and a woman climbed to the very top of the Empire State Building, not the public observation deck that millions of tourists visit, but the restricted antenna structure high above it, an area completely off-limits to the public. The two have been identified as Angela Nikolau, 33, and Ivan Kuznetsov, 32, who also goes by Ivan Birkus online. These are not random thrill seekers. They are professional rooftoppers, part of a global subculture of climbers who scale buildings, cranes, and towers without safety equipment or permission, almost always for social media fame and sponsorship money. Their relationship and their climbing careers were significant enough to become a Netflix documentary in 2024 called Skywalkers, a love story, which followed them scaling Merdeka 118 in Malaysia, at the time the second tallest building on Earth. Before that, in 2016, they climbed the tallest active construction site in China. This was not a spontaneous act. It was the continuation of a decade-long career built on defying gravity and the law at the same time. Police say the pair entered through a locked maintenance hatch on the 102nd floor, then made their way up into the restricted structure until they reached the antenna. Once there, dressed in black and masked, they unfurled a banner about love overcoming the pursuit of power, a line often wrongly credited to Jimi Hendrix, but actually traced back to 19th century politician William Gladstone. Then Ivan got down on one knee and proposed. Angela can be seen admiring her new ring even as she climbed back down toward police. The New York Police Department's Emergency Service Unit, its elite tactical and rescue division, sent officers climbing up through a series of ladders inside the spire itself to reach them. Body camera footage shows an officer calmly telling them to stay put, asking how they're doing, and Angela replying that she's okay. Neither climber resisted. Witnesses saw them walked out in handcuffs through the building's loading dock, still dressed in black. Now let's talk about the charges, because this is where the story turns serious. Both climbers face felony burglary, reckless endangerment, and criminal mischief, along with misdemeanor charges of violation of local law, possession of burglars' tools, criminal tampering, criminal trespass, and disorderly conduct. Burglary generally means unlawfully entering with intent to commit a further crime once inside, far more serious than simple trespassing, and reckless endangerment covers the risk they created not just for themselves, but for the trained officers who climbed up to reach them. This is a real criminal case, not a slap on the wrist. The Empire State Building responded quickly, calling the incident unauthorized, but insisting no tenants or visitors were ever in danger, and pointing out that the observation deck already offers a perfectly legal way to plan a memorable proposal. Management has not explained exactly how 2 masked people bypass security to reach a hatch that should never have been accessible. Before we continue, if you're enjoying our in-depth coverage, take a second to subscribe to the Madison Brief. We cover the stories behind the headlines with context that matters. Now, let's get back to today's report. This is far from the first time a famous building has drawn an unauthorized climber. French daredevil Alain Robert, known as Spider-Man, has scaled the Willis Tower, the Eiffel Tower, and this very building over decades. Interestingly, This same building has allowed authorized climbs before. Actor Jared Leto reached the base of the antenna in 2023 as a sanctioned publicity stunt, with safety gear and full cooperation from management. That contrast matters because it shows there was a legal path to this exact experience, one Angela and Ivan chose not to take. So why risk arrest doing something illegally when a legal version exists? The honest answer is probably that it's both genuine and calculated. These are two people who have built an entire career, and now a Netflix documentary, around exactly this kind of stunt, and a proposal at the top of one of the most photographed buildings on Earth is the kind of content that turns into more sponsorships and relevance, regardless of the criminal charges attached to it. Netflix, notably, posted an image from their documentary within hours of the arrest. There's a real safety and security story underneath all of this, too. Rooftopping has claimed lives around the world, and critics argue that glamorizing these stunts online can inspire copycats who don't have a decade of training behind them. And if two people can bypass one of the most monitored buildings in America using nothing but planning and physical skill, that's a real vulnerability other cities with iconic skylines are surely watching closely right now. Online, the reaction has split roughly three ways. Some see pure romance, a proposal for the ages. Others see reckless disregard for the safety of trained officers dressed up as a love story. And plenty of people are simply stunned by the audacity of it. All three reactions are fueling the exact same viral fire. Both climbers have been processed and released pending further proceedings, and it's unclear whether they've retained legal representation. Expect the building to quietly tighten security around that hatch, and don't be surprised if this single afternoon, arrest and all, becomes the most valuable piece of content of Angela and Ivan's entire career. What makes this story stick is that it's rarely just one thing. It's danger, 1,400 feet above Manhattan. It's romance, a ring at the top of the world. And it's a serious legal case with real consequences that isn't going away just because the video is beautiful. As this case moves through the courts, we'll keep bringing you the facts without the noise. Thanks for watching the Madison Brief. If you found this report informative, subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest analysis. I'll see you in the next briefing.